You have basically like basic three elements that go into a film soundtrack. You have the dialogue, the music, and the effects work. So, those all can be independent on their own and have their own sort of impact in terms of how it is like watching the film, in terms of your feel of watching the film. But it's really when you put all those three elements together is where that true sort of like emotional kind of like the experience that you're giving the audience when you're finishing a soundtrack of a film. Those are the three things that come together that really are going to help. They're going to basically determine how your audience can react to it. I mean, first off, it's kind of, I couldn't help as a sound designer and a sound editor and as a sound like geek, basically, watching it and feeling like, oh my gosh, there's so many things you can. It's like a playground for sound and the way you guys shot it, specifically slow motion and long tracking shots and things like that. That you have to sustain like a certain kind of like emotion or mood or whatever the case is. That in itself is going to be challenging for one, but also could be very different than your normal sort of narrative. You have the opening titles and then you go into the dialogue and you have, it's the sort of act 1, 2, 3 kind of a thing. You guys still have that, but it's different. I feel like what I'm excited to see is the pacing of it and like how in the end the sound and the music can carry the pace of the film and how you steer your audience's emotional sensibilities and all that kind of stuff. So it's still kind of essentially the same thing as a standard 5/1 mix, but there's going to be so many more layers and so many more opportunities potentially being able to visually see the three dimensions in the picture and then matching that with the sound. You'd think, oh, it's easy, just mix it all together and everything comes together and it's fine. No, I mean there's so many layers and depth and how the music and the effects and all those kinds of things play off of each other, is ultimately how your audience is you'll be able to sort of manipulate that in terms of how your audience is going to react to it emotionally. So I think that's probably the most important thing about film mixing, I think.